Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, it's a pretty rough day in the world in general, not just for cruise lines. So over the past few weeks, I've been getting lots of messages of people asking me, are cruise lines going to be canceling any of their stops in St. Petersburg or any of the things in the Baltic? And quite honestly, my answer was, as of now, they haven't. But nothing has happened yet, other than talks and posturing and things like that. Well, unfortunately, something has now happened and Russia has invaded the Ukraine while the rest of the world stood by and went, please don't do that in reality. And so now, as far as the cruise lines are concerned, most of them right now are looking at completely canceling their stops in the Baltic and St. Petersburg in particular. A few cruise lines, Atlas Cruise Lines, Viking Cruise Lines, Norwegian Cruise Lines have already done so for the 2022 season. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Princess, Holland, anybody who has stops in those areas really have to think long and hard about it unless something changes drastically in the next couple of weeks. I would assume that all these kind of stops and all these locations and all these itineraries will have to be changed and maneuvered in some way to skip. And that's a shame because St. Petersburg is one of the cultural epicenters of the Baltic as far as, it's a premier port. It's a premier stop. Many of the cruise lines out there stop for 2, 3 days, sometimes 4 days in that port because there's just so much to see, so much to do, and you can't get it all done in one stop. Unfortunately, for a lot of people who are, this is also one of those once-in-a-lifetime trips sometimes for people. It doesn't look like that may happen anytime soon, especially this year. It's a shame what's going on right now, and the cruise lines unfortunately have to react, and they're not going to put a ship into a port where it might get seized, it might get attacked by accident. Don't laugh, because remember the plane that was shot down? They claimed they thought it was a military plane. So yeah, anything can happen, and the cruise lines are going to react with safety first and money second when it comes to that sort of thing. And I completely agree with that situation. Okay, a little bit lighter news, a little bit better news. Let's talk about the brand new wonder of the seas. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. It really does help the channel out. Really would love to hit that 250,000 mark. That's a high bar. That's a really high bar for a cruising channel or a channel that's set on a particular topic. But I think we can get there, and it would be just amazing to do so. You guys have been amazing all this time, and it doesn't cost anything. It's just clicking a button. All right, on with some lighter side of news. The Wonder of the Seas is set for her inaugural sailing on March 4th. And Tony and I were booked on this for a while now, and now we're finding out there's a lot of bloggers who are going to be on. I think Cruise Critic is going to be on there. Probably JJ Cruise is going to be on there. I think Ben and David's going to be on there. There's a lot of people. Ship Life is going to be. There's just a ton of people going to be on there. Be interesting to meet people and say hi to them. We watch, everybody watches everybody else, and it'll be a cool situation. But what I'm most excited about is they've kind of locked, well, I'm excited and disappointed in one thing. I'll get there. So just a little disappointment. But they've been talking about this ship for a long time, and some of the changes. We know there's a suite neighborhood now. It's the 8th neighborhood, if you will, on the ship. I'm probably not going to get a chance to see it, because it's a suite, and I haven't booked a suite. But I'm really looking forward to the new entertainment. So I've heard that the first show is Chicago. Haven't seen that on a cruise ship. Really looking forward to that. A brand new all-female diving act with the deepest pool now at sea. Looking forward to that. Brand new high diving act. And also a brand new ice skating show in Studio B. Looking forward to that immensely. So at least 3 shows on board that I haven't seen before. And I'll tell you, that's rare for me to go on a cruise ship and have not seen any of the shows. And so I'm getting hyped. I'm getting stoked to go and see this ship. And I also read that they're doing one of my favorite shows on the Royal Caribbean class that I've seen, the Quantum, was Effectors. Effectors is like a superhero story where they have 3 superheroes and they have a villain and it's an interactive. I really enjoy it. Lots of laser shows. They have the drones that go over your head and all this. Really good show. Well, they have Effectors 2 coming out. And I said, oh, great. New songs. Great entertainment. Great idea. Because I love that show. And then you hear later this year. Duh. It's not ready yet. Duh. If you're going to debut it on your brand new ship, maybe debut it when the ship is debuting. Come on, Royal. Oh, I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed I won't be able to get to see that brand new show. Because I do love the original one on the ships. I've seen it numerous times now. And it's one of my favorite shows by Royal Caribbean. So, yeah, a little disappointed by that. But I'm getting excited to get on the ship. Very curious to see how many people they put on board for that inaugural sailing, because there's supposed to be limits out there. And an Oasis class ship, especially the biggest Oasis class ship, can easily put about 7,000 passengers on board. And I'm wondering where they're going to cap it. Is it going to be 3,000? Is it going to be 5,000? Is it going to be the whole 7,000? I don't know, but we're on it in just a few short days. Next Friday, 1 week from today, we'll be boarding the Oasis in Fort Lauderdale, the Oasis class ship in Fort Lauderdale. Looking very, very forward to seeing the new ship and bright, sparkling, and see what goes wrong, because I've been on many, many inaugural sailings, and there's always something that's gone wrong. So we'll find out what that one thing is next week. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.